Hey there, it's me again. Welcome back. Have you ever been in a situation where you were being manipulated but couldn't quite put your finger on why? It was like an invisible force pressing down on you, making you feel like you had to do or say certain things, even though you didn't really want to. Well, one of the most powerful weapons that manipulators use against their victims is the weapon of silence. It's an incredibly subtle tactic that can be difficult to recognize, but it can have a devastating impact on those who are subjected to it. So if you want to better understand the manipulative tactics that others might use against you, then keep watching this video because we're going to talk about how silence is used to create pressure and fear. Let's get started. The first way silence creates pressure is by putting you in a position where you have to prove yourself. Think about it. When someone doesn't speak or acknowledge your presence, it can make you feel like you have something to prove. You start to doubt yourself and your abilities and feel the need to perform in order to gain their approval. For example, imagine you're working on a project with a new team and you're excited to share your ideas. But when you present your ideas, no one says anything. They just sit there staring at you. This silence can create a lot of pressure and make you feel like you have to constantly defend your work. You might start to question yourself and wonder if you're not good enough or if your ideas are not valuable. This is exactly what manipulators want. By putting you in a position where you have to prove yourself over and over again, they can wear you down and make you more vulnerable to their manipulation tactics. Another way silence creates pressure is by leaving you unsure of what to do next. It can be difficult to know how to respond when someone is silent or ignoring you. It can leave you feeling stuck and unsure of what to do next. For example, let's say you're planning an event and you're trying to get input from your friends, but every time you ask for their opinion, they just stay silent. This can create a lot of pressure because you don't know how to move forward. You might start to feel like you have to make every decision on your own and that you're not getting the support you need. This is exactly what manipulators want. They want you to feel like you have to figure everything out on your own so you'll become more dependent on them. But the thing is, most people are not aware of this tactic, and they end up falling into the trap of trying to fill the silence. They try to make conversation or do something to break the silence because they don't like how it makes them feel. But this is exactly what manipulators want. They want you to try to break the silence because it gives them a chance to reinforce their control over you. For example, let's say you're in a relationship with someone who uses the silent treatment as a manipulative tactic. You might try to break the silence by asking what's wrong or trying to make conversation. But when you do this, they might start to tell you what's wrong, and that could be exactly what they wanted all along. This gives them a chance to reinforce their control over you, because now you know what they want to hear in order to get them to stop being silent. So instead of giving into the pressure and trying to break the silence, it's important to take some deep breaths and try to relax. Try to focus on your surroundings and the things you can control, rather than the things you can't. Remember that the manipulator wants you to feel pressured and anxious so they can take advantage of you. Don't give them the satisfaction. Stay calm and relaxed, and trust that you will be able to find a solution to whatever problem you're facing. Here's another thing. The silence itself can create a sense of fear. Think about it. When someone is silent, it can create a sense of mystery and uncertainty. You might start to wonder what they're thinking and start to become anxious. For example, imagine you're in a job interview and the interviewer is silent for long periods of time. This can create a sense of fear and uncertainty. You might start to worry that you're not doing well and that you're not going to get the job. This is exactly what manipulators want. They want you to feel like there is something to be afraid of, so you'll be more likely to comply with their demands. So if someone is using the silent treatment as a manipulative tactic, it's important to remember that they're trying to create fear in you. Don't let them succeed. Stay calm and confident and remember that you don't have to be afraid. One way to stay calm and confident in a situation like this is to remember that the person using the silent treatment is not actually in control. They may seem like they're in control because they're able to manipulate you with their silence, but in reality, they're not in control of anything. They're simply using a manipulative tactic to try to gain control over you. By understanding this, you can start to feel more confident and less afraid. Remember that you're not powerless in this situation. You can choose how you respond to the silence. You can choose to stay calm and confident, or you can choose to give in to fear and anxiety. The choice is yours. Here's another thing. The silence can make you feel isolated and alone. Think about it. When someone is silent, it can create a barrier between you and that person. You might start to feel like you're not connected to them and that you're alone in whatever problem you're facing. This is exactly what manipulators want. They want you to feel like you have to deal with everything on your own, so you'll become more vulnerable to their tactics. So if you're being manipulated with the silent treatment, it's important to remember that you're not alone. Reach out to other people for support. Talk to friends, family, or even a therapist about what you're going through. Getting support from others can help you feel less isolated and more confident. Here's another thing. The silence can make you feel like you're going crazy. Think about it. When someone is silent, it can be hard to know what to do or say. You might start to question yourself and wonder if you're overreacting or if you're not doing things correctly. This is exactly what manipulators want. They want you to feel like you have to figure everything out on your own, so you'll become more dependent on them. If you're being manipulated with the silent treatment, it's important to remember that you're not going crazy. The silence can be frustrating and difficult to deal with, but it's not a sign that you're overreacting or that you're doing something wrong. Just take some deep breaths and try to relax. Give yourself some time to process your thoughts and emotions and then take action. And here's the last thing. The silence can make you feel humiliated and ashamed. Think about it. When someone is silent, it can feel like they're rejecting you or that they don't value your input. This can be especially true if the silence is accompanied by negative body language or facial expressions. This is exactly what manipulators want. They want you to feel like you have to do everything perfectly in order to be valued, so you will become more compliant and less likely to assert yourself. If you're being manipulated with the silent treatment, it's important to remember that you don't have to take it personally. The silence isn't about you. It's about the manipulator and their need to control you. Don't let them win. Stay calm and confident and remember that you're not alone. Reach out to others for support and remember that you're not going crazy. So those are just a few of the ways that silence can be used as a weapon of manipulation. If you've ever been in a situation where someone has used the silent treatment against you, then you know how frustrating and hurtful it can be. But it's important to remember that you're not alone. Reach out to others for support and remember that you're not crazy. And please let me know your thoughts about this topic in the comments below. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you're able to recognize and avoid manipulative tactics in your own relationships. Thanks for watching and take care.